everybody knows about your back and forth with KD.
Mm-hmm.
But his former teammate, Draymond Green, has started calling you out, too.
Mm-hmm.
He did last week, and then he doubled down on this weekend. What are your thoughts? We've actually
I think we can play it, right? Let's play it, and then I'll respond.
On the old pod.
Nick Wright, how you doing? A lot of hot takes. You admitted the other day, we make hot takes. Analyze the game, my man. LeBron could go 1 for 19. Nick Wright gonna say he made one shot, and he was the best player on the floor. What happened to the days of, again, analyzing the game, honest opinions? Back to your boy Nicholas. You spoke all of that stuff about Andrew Wiggins. You spoke all of that stuff about how the Warriors were done and would never win again, and Steph needs to leave Golden State and blah, blah, blah. And then, once you're wrong, you then try to go on TV the other day or whatever you were on and say, that's what we do. We make hot takes. And no. You wrong, brother. You got to stand on that. Those hot takes don't just get the roll off. See, that's what y'all accustomed to. I make these asinine statements, and then once I'm done, it's just over. No. You got to stand on that. Changing your opinion in the middle of the... No, brother. Stand on that. Stand on your word. It's important to stand on that. Not just flipping and flopping and all this.
Okay,
and that.
so here's what...
What do you stand for?
Okay, so here's a few things. First of all, Draymond still thinks I switched to the Warriors, not from the Warriors.
Yeah, which is pretty bad.
Draymond also is very confused on me saying we don't analyze the games. I obviously never said that. And I'm doing a whole 50-part series on NBA history. But here's the other thing Draymond is learning. Go ahead.
I think Draymond's learning that he's not going to win another finals, and that he's got to just sulk in this moment. Go ahead.
That's not what he's learning. And I lied. I guess we're not going to hit the clock today. Next,
Draymond ruined it.
Draymond ruined it. It was a longer soundbite than I expected. Here's what Draymond's learning, okay? Oh, wow. This content creation business, it keeps going on every day, even if there's no sports going on.
Yeah.
And Draymond is now already in reruns. The stand on it. Nick Wright's Andrew Wiggins opinion. Oh, this got some traction when I did it 2 weeks ago. Let me run it back.
That's a great point.
Of course,
That's
because he's got nothing new to say. Because Draymond does a little basketball talk, but what Draymond really is not a basketball analyst. He's a media critic. And Draymond is running out of people and he's running out of content. And so he's like, all right, let me re-rack this. Let me re-rack the Nick Wright take. And you know what? My new my new coat of paint, I'm going to call him Nicholas. That'll throw him for a loop. So this idea, he keeps saying stand on it. Here's the deal. No one has ever owned an incorrect take more than I owned the Andrew Wiggins take. True. I'm the one that tweeted it back out for the world the moment the Warriors beat the Mavs. I never ran from it. But this idea that there should be what's the word? An expectation that if we
never be wrong.
To either never be wrong or to never admit you were wrong is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And this other idea, and Draymond he's a sharp guy, but he doesn't understand the hypocrisy of this because he clearly believes that folks who didn't play, that our ability to evaluate or criticize players is minimal. Okay, well, Draymond, were you trained broadcaster? Did you go to broadcasting school? Have you been doing this for 20 years? Did you go through all the steps of local radio and then mid-market radio and then national radio and then small television?
Did you?
And by the way, the answer is no. Does that mean he shouldn't be able to criticize those in the media? Of course it's not. But it's the exact same logic. Yeah. If I were to be like Draymond Green, what do you know about my field? You figured it out. Now you're having some missteps. You're misquoting me a bit. You're getting your facts wrong. You're already, so starved for content that you're just rerunning these same takes. But that's fine. It's hard, man. And by the way, he can do what I do at a closer level to what I do it than what I would be able to do what he does.
Yeah.
I would be a 0 out of 100 on the court for the Warriors. Draymond, as far as, media guy, at times he's good. At times he's a little redundant and a little self-congratulatory, but that's fine. He'll learn. The other thing he's going to have to learn is this. At some point, the audience is going to expect some criticism of guys you don't want to criticize. And that's where, for a lot of the guys, he's starting these fights with Kendrick Perkins.
Yeah.
He's mad that as a former player, Perk attacked, criticized him. That's always the hard part in the transition from player to media member. It's why Barkley, a lot of people are mad at him, but it's also why Barkley is the best in the game at it. So listen, I'm excited for it. Draymond and I have a lot of mutual, very close friends. So at some point, I think we'll sit down together and hash this out. But I also think he's realizing, oh, damn, I got another podcast to do. Oh boy,
don't get this podcast.
You okay? Yeah, and I'm going to be very impressed when he has some original content, because the latest episode that was lacking sorely. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.